You the one who told me.
And look at us. That was another picture of us.
Oh we going down memory
we went
lane.
to do the party thing.
Yeah.
That's when we went to the...
That was the day I had another party.
I wasn't there for that.
That was you?
Yeah, that was him. I
Oh.
wasn't there for that. All right, we're gonna get started.
You started?
Yo,
You asked that 5 times. Yes, I started.
All right. So this isn't an official episode because, as you know, or as you can see, Denzel's not here. So this is like a special edition best friend episode.
Best friend-ish.
Like a side conversation. So it's not an official podcast episode. It's like a side convo. Boom. I feel like that's pretty clear. You know, feedback. Give me feedback, yes? What were we going to call this?
I like that.
All right, perfect. So,
Side conversations.
all right, so this whole conversation is going to be about our friendship. Okay?
Juicy.
Get your drinks.
Yeah, let me get my drink.
I really don't think it's that juicy. I think everyone has that one friend that they might be a little toxic with.
Yeah, definitely toxic. Definitely.
Just so happens to be you two.
All right, well.
You know, Susan, she told you don't touch the microphone. She just
And I'm
grabbed the whole
touching it.
microphone.
I'm so sorry. So I would say, okay, so some people who know us would say that we're in a toxic friendship, right? Now, the only thing I want to say with that is I think the word toxic has been overused throughout the years, thanks to people like Justin the Boy, who always uses it. But I just feel like I didn't even realize that we were toxic until like the past,
Last year.
Last year, right?
Yeah.
That's the part that blew my mind the most.
What? How? Like, I just feel like...
You brought it up out of nowhere.
Because people
you
started
made
saying
it that way.
People started saying it to me. Like, every time I would vent and be like, yo, like this happened, blah, blah, blah. It's like, y'all toxic. Y'all toxic. And I'm like...
And it's weird because
Are
I've
we
never
toxic?
heard anything like that.
So
from
are we
us.
really toxic, or are we letting what people say
Maybe we
about
should let
us?
them judge that and see if we're toxic.
All right, so you're going to hear some things.
Wait, since I'm the only
Media.
not you two in the room person.
Not you two in the room person.
Okay.
Okay.
The fact that you told me y'all just started thinking you were toxic
Yes.
a year ago
Yes.
blew my mind.
Why?
Because I've been telling you that for the past 5 fucking
See,
years.
so he's been saying toxic.
More than that. Like, yo,
I
I've
never
know
really
if
heard
it's
it.
toxic. I feel like, all right.
how many times I say, I don't know why the fuck y'all friends?
No, you said that a lot.
Yeah, but that word actually, like, toxic,
I don't think
haven't
that's
heard it.
that. Like, we're not malicious to each other.
No.
In the sense that we don't like purposely, like, I don't know. I don't purposely try to cause you harm or damage. And I don't try to sabotage you either. I feel like that's toxic. We don't fight each other physically.
No.
We never put hands on each other. I feel like we fight.
Out. We literally don't curse each other out.
No, I
I'm
feel
like,
like
you're a fucking bitch. And you're like, okay, you're a fucking bitch. Okay, but that's like as far as
it's not like, yo, I fucking hate you, you stupid fucking slut,
bitch,
you whore.
No.
Like,
No.
I don't, what else? Well, okay. So yeah, we didn't know since last year. Boom. Okay. So I want to get into a little bit about our friendship, how we started, like how we became cool,
how old we were,
all the things we've been through. And then at the end, we invite everyone who watches this to let us know if we're toxic. Or not. Because the way I see it is like, we have our moments where we fight, but I feel like that's a real friendship. If you don't have someone that you fight, like even with your family you fight. So I feel like if you don't have somebody that you at least bicker with a little
why are you
bit.
nodding no?
No, go.
If you don't have somebody that you at least bicker with, it's like, are you even friends? Because then that person just gets only the good side of you. Like, no, like.
But that's like when you have a sister.
Yeah.
You fight, you argue, you call each other names. I mean, we don't beat each other up, but
No. Some sisters do though. Some sisters be fucking each other up. And I'm like, how? I could never. But we don't do that. So I just feel like we have just a regular, like, we're gonna argue. Like, we're not gonna see eye to eye. But the point is that we always come back to each other.
some way, somehow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So romantic. The way they say come back. It's like
You,
the
all right,
Notebook.
you're a guy, obviously.
Yes.
You have guy friends.
Never argue.
And
I feel
that's
like
a
y'all
lie.
probably don't argue as
Not
much because
like
I'm not gonna
that.
say y'all don't have feelings, but y'all know how to deal
No.
with men feeling. I don't know if I kind of
Any argument is
I know what you
like,
mean.
yeah, we have like debates about like sports and stupid shit like that. But it's never like, yo, I'm done with this nigga. I ain't never speaking to him again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
We've never like just stopped speaking to each other for months and
but
shit.
that wasn't my question. I said you fight. You do fight.
No,
you have
we don't
arguments.
fight. We argue about like basketball, like who's better player, like Jordan or LeBron type of shit.
Okay, you might want to edit this, but one time you told me, I'm not gonna give details. One time you told me you and your best friend, there was a situation that happened. He got super frustrated, and you got frustrated with him for how he was acting, and y'all like cursed each other out
on the basketball court.
No, it wasn't on the basketball court. It was another time. It was in someone's house.
That was another time because he was defending something else, and we talked about it like literally right after it was over.
But you did fight.
Well, I was sticking up for.
They probably got over it faster.
Yeah.
I was sticking up for his wife.
That's fine. You don't even have to say all that. Yeah. I'm trying to put it out there.
But then again, that has to be reasonable because if that's that person, then that person kind of overrules sometimes. But anyways.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to start with first impressions of each other. You can go first.
Okay.
All right. So.
It's not gay. Shut up.
2014 we met. Let's start off with that. 2014 we met.
2014 Costco?
Yes, 2014 Costco.
That's when you started working there? No.
That's when the picture I showed you. That was
July. But when do we meet? First impression.
Oh, we met 2012.
Here we go.
2012. Mm-hmm. Damn, 10 years.
Yeah.
Damn, I've known you for 10 years. Oh, we've been a decade. This could be our 10th edition, our anniversary special. There we go.
She's already making plans.
There we go. So.
No, bitch, I want to date. The fuck?
I want to date.
Like, something special for our 10 year
But why you gotta be a girl,
Blockheads.
though?
Huh?
Blockheads.
Yo, they closed. They closed Blockheads in White Plains. We could still go to the city, though. You like the city.
I like the city.
All right, boom. We're off topic. First impressions.
Okay, 2012. Costco. He was a part-timer. I was part-time. I was almost full-time. We really didn't, like, talk much at the beginning. I never really approached you because I thought you had that stank face, like bitch face,
resting bitch face.
I can't even like talk to her or anything. Like, God forbid I say hello, or she'd be like, "What the fuck you want?" Like, I don't know. So that's it. Like, I just didn't really fuck with. I really didn't fuck with you like that because I didn't know how you was.
Right. Okay.
So I was just like, all right.
When you came in, you were like super chipper, mad happy to be there, like the only happy person in Costco. So right then and there, I'm like, what the fuck is up with this bitch? Like, she on coke? Like, why is she so happy to be here?
Word.
And mad friendly with everybody. So me, I'm not like that, especially when I was younger. When I was younger, I was even more like, leave me the fuck alone, stay over there, like, don't talk to me. So when I saw you, I'm like, is this really how she is, or is she just trying to kiss ass?
Kiss ass.
You know what I mean?
Shut up. Oh, I was not.
I'm like,
like
is this
that.
really like she's doing too much?
But
like,
I'm like that. Like,
right, but I didn't know that, obviously. So then I remember I would assist you. I'd be like, you know, whatever, assisting you, and you would be like, oh, hi, da-da-da. Like, and you would talk to me, and I'm like, all right, she cool, but like, she's still doing too much. Like, I don't really know her like that. Why does she feel so comfortable? But then also remember our age. You're older, yes.
I'm older. You was 21. I was 25, around that. So we were already. You were still in college too.
Yeah, I was still in Neiman. Mm-hmm.
And I was not. I was just full-time.
So then we got cool. You started telling me about situations that you were in.
Of course.
So Susan, all right. One thing I'll say about you, you confide in people a lot. You're very open, which is fine. But like, certain people I feel like you can't be open with because you don't know like where that can go. They might put your business out there, whatever. But with me, you would tell me and I'm like, oh, all right. Oh, word? Word? That happened? Damn, that's crazy. But I would keep it to me. And I just felt like, all right, she's cool. Like, she seems okay. And then we chilled, right? The first time we chilled, was that July 4th?
The first time we chilled... Was it July 4th?
What's the first time that
Yes, it was July 4th.
But it was with other people.
With other people.
So it's like I still didn't really get to know you on that level. Like, it was still like, you're cool enough for me to be in a space around you.
The first time, so basically the first time July 4th, we went to, was it Blackheads?
We went to Blackheads.
Blackheads. Oh,
yeah.
that's always been our
spot.
It's been our spot. That's why he said Blackheads.
Okay, we need to hit up Blackheads.
We will.
So
in
you
the
thought I
summer,
just
though.
randomly said Blackheads? You thought I just randomly said Blackheads?
Well, yeah, but it's been a while. We haven't gone in that long.
Yeah, but still,
Literally.
that's y'all spot.
It is
I don't even remember. That was last year, I think, the last time we went.
We went way more. The last time. When we were outside.
In the summer. Yeah, we did. The first time me and you hung out, though, I don't remember what it was.
I think we were gonna go out and you just came to my house because you was gonna get ready, get dressed, do your makeup. I really didn't know how to do makeup, so you would come to my house. And do my makeup.
I would do your makeup, so like help you sometimes pick out something to wear. But then we would always
go hang out with somebody else.
Yes, I can't remember when it was just me and you, but there was a night that we went to the city. Do you remember when we drove to the city?
No.
Fuck.
And I have a good memory too.
I don't know why. Like, we just decided to chill that night, and it was just me and you. And it was nice. So we went to the city. We got food or whatever. And then you had opened up to me about something that happened to you.
Oh, my God. I remember.
And I cried in your car.
Yes, you cried in the car.
And I don't cry with people. And this was, like, the first time me and you, like, really hung out.
We drove to the city. Yeah, I remember. And while we was in the West Side Highway, I remember going up. Yeah. It was nighttime.
Yes.
Going back uptown, I told you, and you just started crying. And then I'm like, fuck, bitch, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm like, you were like, why are you crying? And I'm like, oh my God, that was so sad. Like, I can't. And then I just, ever since that day, I had like this, like, compassion towards you. Like, this, like,
no wonder she is the way she is.
Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. So I was like, after that, when people would be like, why do you hang out with Susan? Like, you guys are so different. And I'm just like, listen, I don't know. Fuck it. Like, we just cool and that's it. And then, I don't know, like, that was it. That was it.
That was our first impression.
I think we got ice cream that day, too. I feel like we got ice cream. But I don't know, like, what else we did that day. But I just know after that, like, the way I viewed you completely changed.
But it was always you coming to my house.
Yeah. Always coming to your house, helping you get ready.
Out of my house lit.
Lit. Yo. I don't think there was ever a time that we weren't lit.
We had to be lit before we went out.
We always. And it's like the party would start at 11.
I'm be honest, I had to smoke before I left.
Yeah, the party would start at 11. We wouldn't get there until hours because we like lit in the bathroom like, oh, the makeup.
The makeup is not coming out straight. Hold on.
Let's take pictures. Oh, let's take a video real quick. Yeah, that was fun. We had mad fun. All right, so the next thing that we were going to talk about was our first vacation together.
We went
to Jamaica.
Was it Jamaica? Yes, it was Jamaica. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. We had fun in Jamaica.
Yo, Jamaica was so lit. So...
Were you cheating on your boyfriends then?
No, we didn't do shit in Jamaica.
I'm joking.
Damn.
I'm joking.
I was thinking too. Like, I'm like, no.
So it wasn't that true.
Jamaica was...
Your graduation present.
My graduation present. Grad school. Boom. So... Are we going to talk... Wait. First off, the first thing I want to say is when you have a friend, I feel like even any relationship, like you don't realize how strong it is until you go on vacation with that person. You can go on vacation with every friend. There's a lot of friends who want to do too much. Put you in some really don't want to do anything at all, or put you in like dangerous situations. So I feel like that was the first time that I'm like, but I didn't really have any worries. I feel like I knew Jamaica was gonna be fun.
But I kind of felt like you was a little worried.
Like, with you though?
Like how crazy I would get away. And that was our first time ever being alone together, away together, a different country together, sleeping together.
Pause.
Not that way.
See, this is why people think what they think, bitch.
But it was our first time, like, literally just...
Oh my God.
Definitely our first time alone, away, not even close to being home. That we could just be like, you know what? I'm tired of this bitch. Let me go home.
But you see, all right. When we hung out before, because bitch, we were friends for years before we went. We used to go out a lot and we always matched each other's vibe. Like if we weren't feeling a spot, we look at each other like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's it.
I never felt unsafe with you. So I felt good vibes. Good vibes for Jamaica. So when we went, we wanted to tell a story about the time that we met a couple.
First, we met that couple at the resort.
All right, so first, me and Susan are at the pool, and we were walking back to our room. And, like, as we were walking, no, not even. I think throughout the day, they were looking at us.
Looking at us throughout the day.
Right.
And then they had approached us at the pool about some...
Yeah. Yes.
So about the bus.
Strip club. Yeah, So there was going to be, like, this tour bus that they were going to take to some strip club in Jamaica. And they were like, oh, like, we already have one of the hotel workers taking us. It's like $20 per person. They're going to drop us off, wait for us, pick us up, bring you back.
Good deal.
So we were like, okay, we'll think about it. So I know when we were walking back, the guy and his cousin had approached us again. Like, oh, did you guys decide? What do you want to do? Whatever. And we were like, okay, we'll think about it.
Like, fuck it. Like, all right, I'll meet you where you want to meet at.
I just remember, he was like, oh, we're going to meet at the lobby at this time. Take my Instagram, blah, blah, blah. I just remember being in the room with you and I'm like, you want to go? Like, I'm down to go if you want to go. And you were like, fuck it, we in Jamaica. I never been to a strip club. Fuck it, let's do it. So then, so we go, we meet up with them at the lobby. But at first, get in the car. At first, I didn't know he had his wife.
No.
Right?
No, because I think when we saw them at the pool, he was with his cousin. Yeah. And then like other guys or whatever. And then say, oh, it's a group of us. It's like a family vacation. We're all going to go together.
He never mentioned his wife.
Exactly. Never mentioned he had a wife.
Never. So then when we get to the lobby, he's like, oh, this is my sister. This is my cousin, whatever. And then he's like, this is my wife. And she walks up to us. And she looks at us up and down, but she smiles, shakes her hand.
She was nice.
She was nice. And she kept looking us up and down, looking at Susan up and down. So I'm like, all right, whatever, that's weird. So me and you, I remember we talked and we were like, this is weird. Like, he invited us. He doesn't know us. Mm-hmm. He introduced us to his wife. Like,
and then not only that, when we went inside the bus, she didn't even sit next to him. She sat next to a different guy.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, is that really her husband or not? So then whatever, we get to the strip club, whatever, they light up a blunt. We're like, okay. So we go inside. And mind you, the strip club is like, I was expecting like big bodies, big booties. Yeah,
let's take a moment to talk about the strip club in Jamaica. First off.
It was.
We fucking walked in. It was empty. Mm-hmm. There was like our group of people. It's probably like what? How many people? Like 10?
Like 10.
10 people with us. Then there was like another big group on the top part. And that was it. Maybe like one person at the bar. That shit was a ghost town. And the strippers were just regular. Like they didn't... Regular like women.
Skinny. One was like super skinny, the first one. Then the other one, she had a thong. She did her thing upside down.
She did her thing. But it was like, all right, it wasn't really like the full strip club experience that I thought it would be. But whatever. So we went. Yeah, we went outside in front of the spot. And
we were gonna go in. We were gonna leave.
We were gonna leave, yeah, because it was wax. So we were gonna leave, but we were all just because they were smoking.
Yeah, standing outside waiting.
Yeah, they were standing outside. They were smoking. So the wife was there with the guy that she had sat next to on the bus, and she's like laughing with him.
Like,
she's all
so worried about his whereabouts and where he's going and all this stuff.
Meanwhile, her husband is in our faces, talking to us the whole time, and so we're just like, this is weird. Like he's cool with his wife, just like being like flirty with this other guy. He's all in our faces. She's not even paying attention to him. And I remember when his niece was there, his niece was like, oh, y'all just really wilding out in Jamaica. Like, you doing your thing, she's doing her. And she said that, and I'm like...
But we still didn't get it, though, because we was drinking, we was lit, we were just... When we got to the room is when we put everything together.
Yeah. Oh, no, we put things together.
Oh, yeah, we did. So, basically, we got inside the bus. We're getting ready to go back to the hotel, whatever. And here it goes. So we're going back inside. We're all inside. She's sitting all the way in the last row of the fucking bus. Sitting right next to the guy. So we're like, alright, fuck it, whatever. So we start talking. So I'm in front, Natalie's behind me, and the guy's right next to us. So we're like, we start talking. He's trying to make conversation. What y'all gonna do? This and that. New York, blah, blah, blah. Like tourist shit.
Yeah.
So we're talking.
They're from Chicago.
And then I turn around and I see his wife having sex with the guy in the back row. And I'm like, so I do a quick little. So when I stood there for a couple of minutes, he looks back. And then he seen me seeing his wife getting fucked in the back seat. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck did I get myself into right now?
All I heard, because I didn't look back.
You didn't look back.
But I heard like some slight moaning. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mind my fucking business. Because I don't know anybody in this bitch. I'm in a different country. I'm going to mind my fucking business. Because as I'm hearing some sounds, he's talking to Susan. Like he's talking to her. So I'm like, he doesn't even know what the fuck is going on at this point.
And I'm texting you everything that's going on.
And I wasn't looking at my phone. And then when I saw him get up and walk to the back, I look at my phone and I'm like, oh shit.
I'm like, yo, I just seen his fucking bitch fucking the other nigga in the back, and he went to the back and all this shit. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm just sitting there, and then he comes and he says, he comes back to the front. He starts talking. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's nothing." So I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "All right. So how long until we get where we need to get?"
Let's just fucking go back to the room.
So on our way over there, he starts saying, "Oh, so do you like girls? This and that. How do you feel?" And I'm like, "With what?" And he's like, "So I could do is, if you're into like threesomes and stuff like that, like, we're swingers, we do stuff like this." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I'm like, this bitch is in the back having sex with another nigga, and you want me to come into the play too? Like, you're wilding. Like, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. So he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna leave you the room key. Just come, just follow us. I'll let you know when we're in the room, blah, blah." And I'm like, nah, this shit cannot be going down like this right now. So I'm like, all right. So I had to play it off because I didn't want him to think that he was like really persistent on it.
Yeah, he was very persistent.
And I'm like, no, I can't. I'm like, nah. I'm like, so I'm telling Natalie the whole time, and I'm texting him, I'm like, yo, this nigga must fucking leaving me the room.
I'm like,
key.
Fuck out of here. We out. Like, the minute we park this shit, we off this bus. Like, no.
And even when we got to the hotel, and he was still there.
He kept going, yeah.
He kept going and going, like, give me the room key. This is my room number. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, first, I don't feel comfortable right now, so let me go to the room and take a shower and change, and then I'll meet you there. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, here, take my room key. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll knock.
Knock.
Yeah, okay. But still, like, I had to think of something. That was like the quickest thing, and then we just left. And then we saw them at the pool the next day.
Yeah, we did.
And then it was like,
I think they were leaving though.
Yeah.
Right? Weren't they? And it was like, all right, it was quick.
Like, oh, hey,
you
thank you.
Like, hell no parts of that shit. That was fun though. It was a good experience.
It was a good experience. Jamaica was lit though.
Jamaica was lit. You wanted to talk about Miami, but like, what happened in Miami that you want to talk about?
I feel like Miami was like the first time I got lit with you.
Really?
I allowed myself to get lit.
So what the fuck was Jamaica?
Right, Jamaica was lit, bitch. Like, we was drunk every day.
No, I don't mean like that. Cause I felt like every time we go out, I'm always like on mommy mode.
Yeah,
I feel.
Okay.
So when we was in Jamaica, I was the one that was making sure that we did this and we did that, and we didn't, like, I'll let you drink and you have fun, your graduation, get lit. And I never got to the point that I was actually fucked up.
That's like when, I was gonna say, because you were trying to make me have a good time. Remember when my phone wasn't working and I was being a bitch?
Yo, she was being a bitch.
I was being a bitch.
A bitch. Like, yo, I even fixed her phone and made that shit charge, and she was still being a bitch.
No, first of all,
and then,
no, that's not even true. I'm not even put that down.
And then, right, then I put it to charge, and it started charging, and you're like, okay, good, I'm gonna go shower. And I'm like, okay, no problem, go shower. So then it was charging. So basically your phone didn't want to work with you the whole time. It only worked when I kept plugging it in.
You know why I was mad? And it wasn't even her fault. The night before, we had did that nighttime, that water that you like move and it glitters or something.
Oh yeah, that was
I forgot
amazing.
the name of it.
That it, like, you move your hand and then it kind of like glows in the dark.
Yeah. So you have to go.
Luminous.
The luminous whatever lagoon, I think it was. We had to go like in the nighttime when it was dark, no light or else you can't see it. And then I went in with my phone. It got wet. It got damaged. So I was tight, and it wasn't her fault, but it was like, this was her fucking idea. I didn't want to do this fucking excursion. Like, I was pissed. When you're on vacation, you want your phone to work.
Of course.
Like, you want to take videos.
But I was the positive one. Like, it's gonna work. It's okay.
And I'm like, yeah, of course, because your phone is working, so you don't give a fuck.
Exactly what she's saying is exactly what she said.
And I think that was the first time, like, that we argued face to face.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was petty, but it was like, whatever. I felt comfortable enough to do it. Exactly
what you gotta do.
Just ignore me.
She ain't mad over something like that.
You know what? She lucky right now that she's even fucking charging right now. So I'm gonna just let her take her shower. When she's done, we could go fucking eat.
Yeah, I had a whole attitude. So we had another excursion planned.
Yeah, I'm sure she was happy after she ate.
Oh, she sure was.
I was, but then I had an attitude because we went back to the room and it still wasn't working. And it was like, we had to go on this other excursion, on this catamaran cruise to, what was it? Rick's Cafe.
Oh yes,
with the
boat party.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna have my phone for this shit. So then we're on our way to get picked up, and I'm like, super annoyed.
Can I just cut for 1 second?
Yeah.
The fact that you were in another country, tropical island, with alcohol, women, men, like everything, just drinks. And the thing that pissed you off is you didn't have your phone to record instead of enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I know, it's crazy. But hold on, we're gonna get there. So Susan really tried to help me have a good time. Like even before the thing, she got his drink. She was like, "Here, bitch, I got you a drink."
But time out. Before we left,
yeah,
I put the phone to charge.
Yes, you did.
I put it to charge, and I'm like, just walk out of the room. I'm gonna put the phone to charge. She didn't know. I actually got it to charge. So I just let her be.
Yeah, because it wasn't charging with the water. It was not charging.
Susan, a round of applause.
Of course. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, bitch.
Patience.
We went. I still was a little whatever. She was like, "Bitch, we're on vacation. Like, let's just have a good time. We have my phone. I'll take pictures of you, whatever."
I'll send it to you.
And then I think I just got drunk that day. We had an amazing time that day.
It was fun.
I think I had the most.
And even though it was raining, it started raining. End. It was amazing. Fun.
And then you jumped off the cliff.
And the video.
Yes, bitch. I was so extra.
Yo. But that cliff though,
no, that shit was high.
That shit was high. That was 30 feet high, and I just
that shit was fucking
high. I'm jumping.
I'm like, yeah, go ahead, girl. I'll record. Don't worry, we'll get it all on video. I was not doing that shit.
Jump. And I'm like, okay, and I jumped, but it was fun. But going back to the whole Miami thing, I felt like Miami. I actually was able to just like let loose without having to feel like I wanted. Not that I wanted, but I felt like I didn't have to like.
Cater to me?
Not really cater to you. But
you never have to cater to me.
But
I think that's just you. Yeah, that's just you.
So I was like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. So we went to, what was it, Frog?
Fucked up. We went to Senor Frog's.
Yes.
We got drunk there already.
Yo, their package there was lit though.
Yo, it was like unlimited, right?
Unlimited for 2 hours. Then you take the party bus. And then after the party bus.
Some club.
It was a club. And then at the club is when we saw DJ Khaled.
We saw DJ Khaled.
And Jason Tatum.
I didn't even know who the fuck that. He was literally right in front of us. Like I could smell his neck. Right? Yes. Like he was fucking there. They wouldn't even let us. Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't even let us lean against the couch, and they kept saying like, "No, get up, get up, get up." And I'm like, "Why the fuck can I?" I'm like,
and then I'm like, "Yo, that's Jason Tatum right there, right in front of us."
Who the fuck is that?
And I'm like, "Yo, the basketball player from the Celtics." Da da da. She's like,
"I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck? I still want to put my bag down." Like, fuck him. You got lit.
I got lit. I had we was already on the party bus.
You was lit.
I was Cardi B all the way like I was fucked up. And then
I just remember because after we had to walk to our hotel room, there was no Ubers available.
No Uber.
And you were like, "Are you sure?" First of all, when you get drunk, it's like you're so smart, like sober, like you do shit, you're organized, you're on top of it. When you lit, it's like out the window. Are you sure? I don't know. Are you gonna take care of me? Do you love me? I'm like, oh my God, bitch. If you don't fucking walk right now, I'm like, you took your shoes off and everything.
That's like probably the first time I've ever
she walked the entire way. It was like barefoot. A 15-minute walk, and you walked barefoot.
I was like, I'm lit.
Those Miami sidewalks, I've seen a lot of bare feet, so you're good.
Yeah, she did that. So we just kept walking. I remember we got back to the room. We picked up these cold ass chicken wings, like these leftover chicken wings you had.
I probably did. I probably ate that shit too.
I just remember you looking at me and eating the wing and laughing because I was done with you.
Oh yeah, she was tight though. On the low, she was kind of tight.
Cause you were just like, oh, I'm so happy. I love you. Give me a hug. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I can't. That was a good time though. We had fun. Miami was good. Jamaica was good. I want to go on another one. Oh, now, okay. Do you have anything else to say about fun things that we've done? Any other comments? Before we get to the toxic
Did y'all return from those trips as friends, like the few days afterwards, or do you have to take time apart from each other after those trips?
I don't think we ever took time away from each other.
We were
maybe not like, but like just stop talking for a few days. Like, all right, I need a break from this person for a couple of days after
honestly,
this trip.
With our relationship, we don't have to talk every day.
But we talk more than, honestly, me and you talk more than me. All right, me and you and me and Mo talk the most. So like, we don't talk every day, but I talk to you the most out of most of my friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're like my...
Because we at least...
I just have one other friend. And
I think throughout the week, like, I probably talk to you, like, maybe 3 or 4 days out the week, which is a lot, considering I have other friends.
So when we came back, I didn't know. We just spoke the next day, and then probably we didn't talk for one day. But then we'll text here. And then
it's like, oh, bitch, this weekend we out. We're going to go to brunch.
Like, we need to hit up a brunch.
Yeah.
I see you Sunday, 2 o'clock.
I don't think we take breaks unless we're mad at each other. But other than that, we don't really... Look at his face.
If anything, it kind of, I would say, made us closer. Because then we're like, okay, we could definitely travel.
Yes.
We could definitely...
Yes.
It's a positive thing.
Because you can't, like I was saying before, you can't travel with everybody.
Nope.
Like, traveling is a tricky thing. Because now you're stuck with this person for however many days. And people could really blow your shit.
And then, she kept saying, I need to take a nap. I have to take a nap before this. I have to take a nap. And I was bitching about it.
Bruh.
But who was right next to her taking a nap?
Her. She was right there. We would be up like 9 a.m. We eating breakfast. We're getting drunk all day. By 3-4 o'clock, after all that sun and alcohol, you need a nap.
That's like nap. Fuck this.
Because
nap.
if you want me to function, to have fun at nighttime, I need a nap before, or else I'm done. Like, I'm not going.
Like, I
can't.
I'm like,
y'all
keep going,
let's go. Where we going to now? We're gonna. You know my nap is going to the fucking buffet.
How was that your nap? That's like
because that's the eating,
the recharge.
Yes.
Recharge the
and
battery.
Drinking water and all that stuff.
I need to sleep.
Take a nice shower. Go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna say take a nice shit.
I take a nice shower. Go to the bathroom. That thing wants to shit. You know what I'm saying? That recharges.
Yeah. And then so.
All right, so I wanted to talk about, now we're going to get into some toxic shit. Okay, which, you know what, now that I'm looking at this, we're really not that toxic. But again, we'll let you guys decide. All right. So the first time we fought.
Okay.
Like, we stopped talking to each other for a year.
Okay.
You say it was because, I don't want to say his name, but you said it was because of someone you were dating.
It wasn't because of that. It was because of that and another person.
All right. I feel like I stopped talking to you because I just felt like in the beginning I was still getting to know you. So I got to know a certain Susan. Like the Susan who's like friendly, reliable, like there for you. You could talk to her, non-judgmental, and you're still those things. But my issue with you, and I'm gonna say it here, sorry, is that whenever you get involved with somebody, you always prioritize that person. And everything else is like to the shits. Like fuck everything else. So it's just like that's my main complaint about you. That it's just like, no matter who I'm dating, my friends are also equally as important. That doesn't mean that I put one over the other. You can make time for both. And I just feel like sometimes you don't have the good balance. So at that time, you were also in that was a toxic relationship. Like I feel like that's a whole other episode we could get into.
Was that Spider-Man?
Yes. Wait, can we tell this? We could tell the story.
Yeah, we could tell the story.
No names. All right, so let's tell the story.
All right. Spider-Man, here we go.
Oh,
so basically, I was in a toxic relationship or whatever. I guess that's when I was like at my final point. I'm like, okay, like that's it. Like I'm done. I started talking to somebody new. Basically, I just have nicknames for everybody. So the person I started talking to was Texas.
That's what I was going to call him.
I started talking to Texas. I called Spider-Man.
We could say Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man was on some shit, calling me. They want to work things out. I'm outside, this and that. I'm like, bro, like, no, like, I'm done. That's it. I'm not coming down. We're done. We're through. That's it. And I'm just like, I'm over here shitting myself because I got Texas right here in the room with me. So I'm like, yo, this nigga's downstairs. This nigga's in my crib. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do right now? Like, he's just not understanding. Like, after what Spider-Man did on Christmas, like, that was it. Like,
wait, what did he do on Christmas? I don't remember. You don't want to say it? You don't have to.
Oh, no, but nobody knows the name. Like,
okay.
I got the whole black eye. Like, my whole...
Oh, yes. There was a physical situation.
Very bad physical altercation between me and that person. And then, obviously, my child was there. So that I was like, nah, you're wilding. Like, that's it. So we go ahead and we start talking. And all of a sudden, I'm talking to Texas. And we're in the room. And I hear something go, boom. And I'm like... So I look at him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? So I'm like, all right, give me a second. Let me go because I hear it from my son's room. So I open the door. When I open the door, Spider-Man is there, just standing right there, like, so happy to see me. And I'm like, how the fuck this nigga got in here? Mm-hmm. But then I remember there were scaffolds in front of my building. So then he climbed the scaffolds. He went through a one, it was like this. It was like, this is in front of the building, the scaffolds, and this is my son's room. And there was nothing here and there's nothing there. Mm-hmm. He literally climbed the scaffolds and just started like climbing like 1 foot right in front of the other. Nigga, if you would have fell, it would have been it.
It's over.
Like you're wilding. He
risked his life for you. That's romantic.
Oh, fuck out of
it's toxic, but it's also romantic. It is.
It's romantic.
Like honestly, I don't care how much I'm trying to see you or get into your spot. I'm not climbing scaffolds for you.
I ain't climbing scaffolds.
Sorry.
And you didn't take them back.
It's gonna be a text or a phone call for me, and that's about it. That's all you're getting. But go ahead, continue.
So he was just standing right in front of the door, and I had closed my door. And I'm just like, yo, what the hell am I gonna do right now? Because I got Texas in my room. So Texas is in the room, and he's like, he starts putting stuff inside a sock. I don't know what the fuck it is because I'm over here trying to figure out why the fuck is Spider-Man at my son's in my son's room.
I forgot about the sock.
Yeah, and then he was saying that he wrapped it around his hand or whatever. Oh wait, hold on. He's coming right now with some wine.
Sorry, we're just getting a wine refill at the moment.
No stop.
She's trying to chug it so you can give her more though.
You know, y'all gonna pour your wine. Keep talking.
All right, go ahead.
What you doing?
Go ahead.
So he opens the door and he's like, and he's smiling and he's like, you see, this is what I do for you. I love you. Blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, the worst decision you could have done right now is climb through that fucking window. And he was like, who's in your room? And I'm like, there's nobody in my room. He's like, who's in your room? And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I open the door, and Texas and him are both standing right there looking at each other.
Oh my God.
And I'm just standing in the middle, and I'm like, I'm about to get fucked up by somebody or by both
somebody choking you out.
Somebody's gonna fucking murder me right now in my own house. So I go ahead, and Spider-Man just stands there, looks at Texas, and then he turns around and starts walking. So he starts walking, he starts leaving. He's like, I can't believe you. I can't believe you doing this to me. How can you do this to me?
Yo,
I'm like, excuse me? Yeah. Excuse me. Mister, I want to come home with hickeys on my neck. Catching you with fucking other bitches in hotels. Like, bro, you're wilding right now telling me how can I do this to you?
Side shit though, like side conversation. Isn't it crazy how like men could really do so much dirt to you and you do one fucking thing and it's over. You are the scum of the earth.
Wait, all right, I'm just throw your business out there a little bit. Sorry.
No names though.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
All right.
When someone, I picked y'all up from the fucking airport, right?
Uh-huh.
On the way back from the fucking airport, one of the trips, I don't remember which one it was. Mm-hmm. Wasn't you checking like your Easy Pass records?
Yes.
And
but that was somebody else.
That was
Produce.
Oh fuck! I thought it was.
No.
No, yeah.
See, we need another episode.
Yeah,
we talk
about. I can have
Texas muscles.
Texas muscles. Produce.
Who else?
Fuck.
Wait. That's really.
I mean, there's nicknames for other people, but we gotta think of them.
Yeah,
because there's other people.
Yeah.
No, we should. We're gonna do another one.
All right, sorry.
All right, go ahead. So yeah.
But yeah, that was another situation. But him, yeah. So then, basically, he was like, "Oh, how can you do this to me?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, me? How can you do this to me? You was talking to a whole nother chick on the side. You had her man blowing up your phone because you fucking with her. You didn't even know. Like you going through all this drama. You have the bitch hitting me up, and then it's like, bro. Then you're fucking with some bitch at my job. On top of that, you deny it, you lie it, I catch you, and it's not only her, it's somebody else that I even went as far as almost getting fired because I pressed the bitch in the bathroom. So it's like, come on, bro, like,
it's a lot.
How can I do this to you?
So, okay, so getting back, this is why I'm like, yo, you gonna like dead me, not hang out with me, because you trying to go out your way to spend time with someone or to be there for someone who shits on you all the time. And at that point, I didn't know you. So what I mean by that is, in the beginning, like I said, I got to know you a certain way, and you were happy in the beginning of your relationship. So when things started getting toxic, I was young too. I didn't realize what that does to a person. when you're in a toxic relationship with someone and you actually like, you really do love that. You really do love them. You care about them.
Time and energy.
It's hard for you to leave. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand, like, why can't she just stop fucking talking to him? Why can't she just stop spending time with him? Like, fuck him.
Nah.
So for me, I kind of was looking at you like, oh, this is a weak ass bitch. Like, she just can't fucking stand up for herself, whatever. And maybe those things are true, but I also don't think that those things, like, two things can be true. It can be hard for you to leave a toxic relationship, and you could also maybe, like, be manipulated at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't make fun of me. But you know what? I didn't understand that. So I was taking it personal, which I've noticed I take a lot of things very fucking personal. I'm going to work on that.
Can I get a little...
We're gonna get there.
There we go.
So that's one of the reasons why I was mad. And then the second one, you were hanging around with some other person, and I like her, so I don't want her to feel like I really don't have no problem, no beef with this girl. But it was Susan. Like, I'm like, oh, you want to chill? Oh no, I'm busy. Da da da. And then she's with the next bitch, and I'm like,
and then I'm gonna come back with that.
I'm like, yo, why didn't you just tell me? Or like, why can't I hang out too? Like, it felt like you didn't want to be my friend. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a hint. She wants to focus on her relationship. She has a new friend or someone that she would rather hang out with than me. So I'm just gonna fall back and not really fuck with it. Like, fuck with her anymore. And I just stopped wanting to be around you and talk to you. That was it.
You know what's crazy? So what you should have did the whole time when that situation, the face off, instead of like trying to get rid of this dude, you should have told Texas while y'all were together, like, yo, my old dude is like harassing me. This dude's trying to stop by. I'm gonna go downstairs and just get rid of this nigga. Yeah,
maybe you should have went downstairs.
You should have went downstairs, got rid of him.
But I don't think she thought that he was even gonna do.
I thought he was lying. Like, really, like, I thought since I left you outside, you was just left outside. Like, I didn't think you was gonna climb scaffolds. But then when we heard the boom, is when Texas came out and he was like, yo, I'm gonna put some stuff in the stock just in case this nigga wanna come at me. Yeah. Because he knew what was going on. Yeah. But it was like, bro, like, really, like, you really scared the shit out of me. How the fuck?
And the girl that he dealt with at the job.
Which one?
Not the one you pressed, the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
Oh, the hotel girl?
Yeah. God. That was
yo.
I need a vomit button. Oh no. The gas button.
Damn, Anthony.
No, it is a vomit. I was like,
prayers to everyone involved. Let's continue.
Oh wait, so because you just told your story about like how, because I was there during this time as well. So I do know you had just got out of a toxic relationship yourself at the time.
And I felt, you know what, I think that's the, hold on, before you go, I think that was the contrast, because I'm like, okay, I was in a toxic relationship. I got out. But it did take me long too. It took me like a whole year to get out. Mm-hmm. So I get it. But go ahead.
So, but then like I was there talking to you and I'm like, so me, when I was like, I would always say like, yeah, I remember I think it was the time you guys went out and you left her for a dude or some shit, I think.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Something happened like where it's like, yo, she like, yeah, I went out or some shit. And something happened, like, think you just like kind of left her. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck kind of shit is that? So like, I would always just be like, yo, don't hang out with someone that's gonna just leave you on a drop of a dime for someone kind of thing. So that's when I was like,
It sounds like you, bitch.
Oh, shut up.
It sounds like you. So I think that happened. If you remember, it had to have happened.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
I get it. See, I get both sides. Like, I get why. Because I've been in a toxic relationship. When that person hits you up and you're able to fix things or talk to them or see them, it's like a drug. And it's like, drop everything. I need to go and see this person.
And I just felt with that situation, it was more of a lust.
Yeah.
But I say that to maybe I had an influence on that too, because I would always be like, yo, like if like a dude hit you up and like, oh, loud, Susan, like a dude's hitting her up, so now she's not paying attention. So I'm like, yo, so I would just say like, yo, why are you even dealing with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I contributed. That's all I'm saying. See, I'm trying to
admitting. I mean, it's good to acknowledge your wrongs. You can't
well, it wasn't wrong because it was definitely the right thing to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like.
So, all right.
I was saying, like, that's the person not going to prioritize the time when you guys are together and it's like, oh, wait, someone's texting me.
Yeah, but I felt like he never really liked me in the beginning.
He didn't like you. Bitch, hold on. No. Pause. Wait.
No, because no. It's had nothing to do with Susan, because I can name other people at work who are the same personality type. Do I like any of them?
No, but who's like Susan? Oh, I know. Yeah.
I don't like people that are just very loud and just like super like friendly with me. No.
Yeah, that's just you.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with this person.
Right.
But then what made me say like kind of like, yo, fuck Susan then was because of those situations that I just described.
So it didn't make it any better at the
so that's why I'm like, yo, whatever, fuck it then. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm saying.
But you see, it was hard for me because, and this is why people might say it's toxic, because, you know, it's hard to leave a toxic situation. It's hard for me to not be your friend because we have a connection. That sounds... We sound so gay all the time. Like, people really think me and Susan have done shit. And we've never kissed. We've never had a drunk night. We've never done anything.
Each other naked.
I recorded it, though.
All right. First of all, I look great naked, so stop.
I look great naked.
I work out. But no, like, my whole life, this is going to sound so fucking gay. All right, my whole life, I always wanted, like, a best friend. And, like, of course I have Tony, but, like, I wanted somebody where I felt like I could talk to every day. Like a Sex in the City type of friendship. You know what I mean? Or, like, one that I know is free of judgment. Like, you never judge me. I could tell you the most fucked up shit about me, and you're like, all right, bitch, so, like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna fix it? And, like, you're dead ass ride or die. So it's just, like, that's the part that people don't see. Like, they don't get it. On the outside, if they're not in our immediate circle, they're just like, how are they friends? Like, Susan's wild. She was like this back in the day, blah, blah, blah. Natalie's reserved. She's nerdy. She's dorky, whatever. Like, how do they come together? But it's like they don't see the conversations we have. They don't know, like, the things we've actually been through together that people don't know and will never know because that's between me and you. It's just like, people don't get it. So they're, oh, just fuck her. Like, just stop being her friends. And it's like, it's not that easy because you don't find friendships like that. Especially at our age now.
Yeah.
Everything now, especially, is like on the surface. It's like, oh, hi, we're cordial, we're cool. I might chill with you every now and then, but like, can I be real with you? Can I cry with you? Can I tell you some fucked up shit and you not look at me no type of way? Like, people don't really have that. So anyway, when we first stopped talking, sorry, we're gonna get back to that. So that's why I stopped, because of the Spider-Man, and I just felt like you had another friend that you felt more close to.
So now, my reaction to that was we weren't really at that point that we was able to communicate as well as we communicate now. At that time, I'm more of a person that I'm like, okay, she has a man. I'm single. I'm living my best life. I'm out here just doing me, basically, living the single life. And I didn't want to bring you into that world because I respected what y'all had. So it was like, damn, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, then besides the fact that this person don't like me, it's going to make it even worse. Yeah. So it's like, you know what? Whatever. Like, so then I'll chill with you, and then we'll do our little, like, get-togethers. Yeah. Beer pong, all that stuff. And then I'll have her. Because she was single. And we'll do single shit. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not that fucked up a person. I'm like, maybe because of being. But I'm like, nah, I don't like to put people in certain situations and make it feel awkward or weird and stuff like that. And I'm like, this nigga already hate me. Yeah. I ain't trying to be, like, I don't want him to hate me more.
And I didn't hate you.
And I think that's the misconception about you, because people saw you having a good time. They saw you, you know, until they're like, oh, like, she's going to make you talk to other guys. And I was working in the club. Remember, I was working in the club. I was the bartender and a bottle waitress. And it was just like, nah, my type of scene right now, I didn't want to bring you into that scene. And at that time, I was doing it was just a whole club thing that I'm like, nah, I can't. See, I didn't know all that. I mean, I knew the thing, but I didn't know, at the time, I didn't know that you just didn't want me in that environment. So I didn't get it. Yeah. So I was tight. So we didn't talk. And then at work, I remember we fucking hated each other at work.
Yo, this bitch used to bring me in the office.
I never brought you in the office. You see, the lies need to stop here on this couch today.
I'm like, yo, she like, go on your break. I'm like,
me?
Excuse me?
That never happened. I wouldn't even talk to you.
No, wait. I'm going to correct myself. I told her to go on break. And she's like, no. I'm like,
no, that wasn't it. You know what happened?
What?
This is what solved it. But I was tight. I was fucking tight. We really gonna... And bitch, you better be real. Because I remember this shit. It was a Sunday, right? And I was at work. And I was running the board. And whatever. You were standing by the fucking pillar the whole time. You was not fucking moving. Meanwhile, we're supervisors. I need you to move, bitch. But because you wanted to feel some type of way, you stood by fucking registers 2 to whatever, 5, and you were just there the whole fucking Sunday. Busy ass Sunday. And then I'm getting my ass, I'm gonna say my ass eaten, pause. I'm getting my ass chewed for all this other shit. And I'm like, but bitch, like, I need you. Where are you? So I'm venting to one of the managers. Venting to him, but it wasn't even to get you in trouble. I was just mad because I'm like, why you keep coming at me? There's other supervisors. You're not saying nothing to nobody else but me. So he's like, oh, like I saw that Susan was just standing there, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, so then talk to her. Like, what the fuck? You're not saying nothing to her, but you're saying something to me. So he went, like the mujercita that he was, to tell you that I was talking shit about you. That I was saying this, and that. So then you hit me up, real fucking buck. Real fucking gangster. Like, oh, you a lame, you corny, how you gonna talk about me? You could have said it to me, da-da-da. And I called you, and you fucking denied my call. So I'm like, oh, so this bitch wanna text, but she can't pick up the phone.
I really don't remember that message.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. So she's going in on me, and I'm calling her, because I'm like, all right, you're gonna say this at least to my ear, not to my eyes. Yeah. You blocked me. So then I saw you the next day, and you didn't say nothing to me, I didn't say nothing to you, but then it's like, it's 4 o'clock. I started at 11. It was 4 o'clock. So I go to clock out for lunch. And you're like, oh, you clocking out for lunch? I didn't acknowledge you. I just clocked out and I went to the break room. And I sat down to eat my food. And then you texted me like, oh, you could have said something to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, first of all, this girl knows I'm in the break room. She don't even want to come in the break room. So I got up, left my food, got up, went up to you, and I'm like, if you have something to say, then say it to me, but don't text me. And I said it in front of another employee. And then I went back to my food. I come back from lunch, it's like, oh, Natalie, come in the office. I'm like, oh, this bitch did not get me pulled in the office.
No, but they pulled me in the office too. I didn't do it.
I think because the person who saw, I think she said something. Like, oh, what's going on?
And then that manager pulled us in the office. Which is
like, why the fuck you even said anything? Mind your business. Because she was the only one there.
You see, I didn't know. I just like...
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Letter.
R.
Okay.
Anyway, she used to be a supervisor.
Yes.
She was a supervisor. Yeah. So yeah, boom. We got pulled in the office, and then I remember Lorianne was like, guys, like, you guys used to be friends. Like, what happened?
Like, what happened?
What's going on
sit there and you sit here. We're not leaving here until you guys figure this out. And she just sat there. Literally. Like, I kid you not. She just sat there and she was like, talk. And I'm like, I felt like I was in a therapy session. I was like, okay. And then we just looked at each other like, all right, because you and then you and then she was like, nah, because you and then we're like, okay. And then she's like, just going back and forth like,
yeah.
And then when we start talking, she's like, y'all done? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I'm like,
okay. We started crying.
Bro, we started crying. Like, I kid you not. And then she started crying first. Right? And then when I saw her crying,
she cried first.
I just started crying. I'm like, this fucking bitch, okay, I'm sorry. And then
they made us hug.
And then she looked at each other. She's like,
I'm sure they didn't make you hug. I'm sure it was coming anyway.
No, they were like, all right, guys, hug. Like, we know you love each other.
She's like, okay, hug. All right, let's go.
And then we were good. I wouldn't say we were good right away. But I think because shortly after I went away for grad school, and then crazy like me and you got closer when I was in grad school. Mm-hmm. Like we started.
And you were further away, and you wasn't even in Costco that much.
I wasn't in Costco, but like when I would come, we would chill, and yeah, we just.
I even stood over.
You did stay over.
I got a question.
Yeah.
The day you were on the pillar.
Yeah.
Were you under the influence?
Were you smacked that day?
Probably
was.
Probably was.
I'm not.
Because I used to be smacked on the front.
When I tell you all day she stood by that pillar.
Probably was high as fuck.
She did not move.
Like on a Sunday, time and a half.
Probably was high.
She did not fucking move. And
that probably was the day you were not.
I was not.
Yeah.
So it was like, usually, she used to be up there like.
And then we'll both be there like.
And she was mad that she didn't have the shit.
Okay, but no, I was literally. Like, because remember when you was at that time we had someone on the right, someone on the left. So I guess I was part of the left.
You were on the left,
and I was by the pillars. As long as 1 through 5 they had no go backs, they didn't have shit. I was like, I'm chilling right now, and I'm
like this fucking bitch. Like
I'm lit.
It was crazy. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about. Damn, we went really over. The most recent time. So this current time that we stopped talking.
Okay, you can start.
Woo Chile.
I think it started with your birthday last year, 2021. You were in DR.
Okay, I went to DR. Yes.
It was your birthday. I woke up to get my COVID vaccine, my second dosage, and I was online in the snow for 5 hours. 5 hours.
When is your birthday, Susan? Let's get
February 19th.
February 19th.
Get some context.
So it was February 19th. There was a snowstorm. So I was waiting outside for that long. Then I had to wait inside. It was a 5-hour thing. So when I finally got home, I felt like shit. I posted late. First of all, I texted you and I said happy birthday.
See, the reason why y'all stopped speaking here is
stupid shit.
Like, when you say, like, me and my guy friends, we never stopped speaking, because something like this wouldn't even enter our, like,
so is it
thought
a girl
process.
thing or is it a us thing?
This is a retarded thing. But I digress.
All right, whatever. But I feel like because I posted late on my story, you got tight. But I'm like laying on my couch with body aches and chills. And I'm like, all right, at least I remembered and I did it. And I still texted you in the morning. And she was dead ass mad. But
no,
I'm like,
I actually wasn't mad.
You're in DR.
I was in DR. Mm-hmm. You hit me up when I was in the bar. I saw the post that you posted earlier. But I was just waiting for you to, like, text me or whatever. I don't know, but I know I FaceTimed you when I was lit in the bar.
No, I FaceTimed you. Yeah, you FaceTimed. No, it was the person you were with FaceTimed me.
Because I was telling him about the
situation. You was like, oh, this bitch so mad long.
But and I'm like, lit. And I was like, but I wasn't even upset at all. Like, at all. So I was just making a joke about it. I was like, damn, she didn't even hit me up, blah, blah, blah. She's like, all right, let's call her. I'm like, all right, call her. But I'm lit. So I'm like, he calls her and then she just got... It like went sideways, and I'm like, then you hung up, and then I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? And I was like,
I don't even remember that.
And then because you was upset, and then you hung up on me, and then I'm like me. And then I'm looking at the phone. I was like, I'm lit, I'm joking, and you took this the wrong way, maybe because the day
you know what it is? When I feel like my friends feel like I let them down, and that wasn't my intention, even if they're joking, that shit bothers me. It's like, damn. I didn't mean to let you down.
I can say this: you don't take jokes very well.
I don't take jokes well.
You're not a good person to joke.
Not
with.
all the time. No, I'm not.
At all.
I'm not.
Agreeing.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta catch me at the right time, and it could be tricky.
Yeah. Like, you don't tricky. Know. Like, some days you may make that joke today, and you make the same joke tomorrow, and it's just gonna hit completely different. It's like.
All right. So then, what do you feel was the real reason? Did you have any issues with me this last time, or was it just me with the issue?
It was just you.
It was just me with the
issue. I had no issues whatsoever. I was completely lost.
So I want you to tell me.
And I wasn't even the only one that thought that I was the only one that was lost. I was really lost.
I want you to tell me what my issues were this time.
You didn't have any issues. I didn't even think there was any issues.
My issues with you.
I didn't know.
You want her to speak for you?
Yeah, because you
See, that's some woman shit. How the fuck do you?
Okay, so this is how it all kind of went down. Basically, we were talking. We had made plans the day before to go on vacation for spring break that's coming up. Then the next day, boom, she hits me up with this long paragraph. You're blocked. I'm like,
yeah, she was blocked.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Because for months I was like, yo, like, where is my friend? I was like, where is Susan? Like, Susan is MIA. Susan is up some other man's ass.
And it wasn't even
yet again. And not, like, being a good friend. That's how I felt.
And then this is the whole thing around that one. So basically, I had a stroke last year in August. I was out for a couple of months. So I had free time. Mm-hmm. So with my free time, we will always chill. We'll go to brunch. We'll do something. We'll meet up with each other. We'll go, I think we went to the beach with Garrett and Mo, and then we all, like, we were good. I had time. So then I'm like, yo, I gotta go back to work. And it's literally started June 1st. That's basically when summer started. So then the whole summer, I was back at work. I wasn't calling out. I couldn't call out. I'm trying to, like, do what I gotta do. So my availability wasn't what she was already experiencing within the year.
Yeah.
So me going back to work, I don't have set days off. I do, which is like Saturdays, Sundays. But then I have my son every other weekend. Then during the week, every single day is a different shift. So it's not like I have a 9 to 5 every single day and we could go chill. So I was just basically focusing on going back to work and just getting my shit together, getting just focused back. Mm-hmm. And I felt maybe I wasn't giving her the time that she needed from our friendship.
Which just really sounds like a lot of pressure on you. Like, I'm glad we're having... This is like a therapy session.
I just realized something.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yes, be the mediator. Therapist.
Just from observing everything from, like, the beginning, from when you first stopped talking, like, 6 years, whatever the fuck that was, years and years and years ago. Mm-hmm. And then when you stopped talking most recently, and then when you started talking. So it was, like, at a time where you had a lot of free time, right?
And she had free time because, remember, she was...
I'm off for the summer.
She was off the whole summer and the pandemic, so she was home.
Yeah,
and you were able to just like be needy, and her fulfilling your need.
Yeah,
as a friend.
Yeah.
But then when Susan had other things going on, she wasn't able to be there when you were needy, kind of thing. And then you found things like you got in relationships and did things then, and you know, more recent as well, so that fulfilled those other little needy kind of spots. So now you didn't need her as much, so now it's more like, okay, so I can fall back a little bit and I'm not as crazy with it, like, you know what I mean? I'm not say
but you
crazy,
know what,
but
but what I've realized about me, like, I need to see why I have these abandonment issues and these anxious attachment. I have an anxious attachment style.
I wouldn't understand, why would you?
I don't know. So side note, I'm gonna start seeing another therapist soon. But to uncover, because I noticed that in all of my relationships, my friendships and my romantic relationships, I have anxiety when they're not near, when they're not attentive, when they're not talking to me. It's like 2 hours, oh my God, you didn't text me. Like, I want to know where that comes from, because that's a lot to put on somebody else. Like, now that we talk, I'm like, damn, like, it's okay that you have a life.
So it was just, it was like, I really felt like it was a lot. Because remember, we had previously had a conversation when it was me, you, and Tony, when we went to that, like, Taco Tuesday or something like that. I told you to go to a spot and we went there. So it was more like, okay, like, you was home all the time. And then if not, then we were always together. And then if not, then once I went back to work, and I'm like, okay, I gotta work these shifts. Then after I work those shifts, then every other weekend I have my son. I don't go out. Then the other weekends after that is like, I do have to attend to my relationship as well, because I'm like, damn, we gotta chill, we gotta do this and that, and then But I never stopped chilling with you, because then it was like the day before we was talking about, oh, we're gonna go to Mexico, and then 2 or 3 weeks before that, we was at Kadeem's barbecue. And then 2 weeks before that, we was at fucking bowling. So then for you to hit me out of nowhere, like, boom, this is how I feel, you're blocked. I'm like, how the fuck? I'm like, so I'm pussy.
Maybe I'm the problem. I could be the problem. Not all the time.
Not all the time, but this time.
This time for sure.
It was definitely not me.
I've been this whole year battling with like a lot of internal things, internal struggles, and I feel like that translates into a lot of other stuff. So
exactly,
I took it out on you.
And then it was like, and then I even went as far as like, yo, I started talking to him. I started talking to Kadeem. I started talking to Tony. I started telling them, I'm like, yo, like, if it's me, bro, let me know. Like, I can at least admit if I was wrong and see somebody else's perspective on things. And then everybody would tell me like, no, it's really not you. I'm like, you know what? Then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna unblock her. Whenever she feels like hitting me up, whenever she goes through whatever she's going through, she'll eventually hit me up. And through that whole time, I went through mad shit. And I was like, I got depressed. I lost weight. I was like, yo, I broke up with the person I was talking to. So it was like, and I had to deal with all of that by myself and not have my best friend there, which made it even worse. So I was like, yo, I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna deal with this shit, but I gotta deal with it some way, somehow. And then you just hit me out of nowhere. Oh, you still alive? And in my head, I'm like,
first of all, I called you, bitch.
You called me.
I called you.
Me like, you still alive? I'm like, am I still blocked?
And then it was over, because it was like when I had hit up the person that I thought she was still with, and you know, he had told me, you know, we're still cool, but we're not like with each other like that. I already knew. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I already know how much this person meant to her. Fuck it. fuck whatever, bullshit drama. I just called her. It wasn't even a matter of I'm gonna text her. It's like I'm gonna call her and that's it. And that's it.
And we fixed it.
And it's like we spoke and it was over.
Months? 2 months. 2 months that we didn't. Well, better.
Yeah.
So, as the person that heard both sides of the story during, before, after, and everything, I kept telling you guys, y'all gonna talk again. No, this is it for. I'm like, all right, y'all gonna talk again.
Did you really think it was it?
I didn't think it was it.
It wasn't it, because I'm like, I listened to both of you. First of all, I listened to both of y'all, right? Both of y'all sides of the story. Mm-hmm. Y'all both told me both of y'all sides of the story. Y'all both told me, oh, this is it kind of thing. But y'all both were like, y'all missed each other.
Yeah.
And like, I would talk to Susan. I'm like, yo, like, she misses you, kind of like, can't kind of thing. And I said the same thing to you. I'm like, but I'm just like, y'all both fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Equally. I said it to both of y'all. I didn't wasn't picking no side because I know y'all both were equally just like
retarded
in the shit. So like I just knew. So I was just like, yo, y'all gonna talk again. It's gonna take time. Yeah. And I know how Natalie is. She's gonna be in her feelings for a little bit and just let her just be in her feelings.
But
whatever.
I'm gonna be kind to myself right now. Fuck everybody. I know that about me. Like I'm irrational and I'm driven by my emotions. But I will take the time and I will logically look at it and I will evaluate it. It might take me some time because I may be like, sometimes when you have like your tail between your legs, it's like, oh shit, like I fucked up. I probably OD'd. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. There's a sense of like, there's shame and embarrassment in admitting that. Yeah. But I try to admit it and I will try to right my wrongs, even if it takes me a little bit longer.
And it shouldn't even matter. Your best friend, bitch.
Yeah, but sometimes
you go ahead and be like, you know what, that's my nigga, I was wrong. Like I should.
But it's an internal thing. It's like fuck. Like I'm mad embarrassed right now.
Like who cares about embarrassment or judgment?
But have you ever tried to apologize to somebody and they were like, no, fuck you. Like kiss my ass. Fuck bitch, your apology.
Yes, you. The first year. The first year that we stopped talking, the first year, I was on your ass trying to talk to you, trying to be nice to you for the whole year, and you were just like dodging me. So then I came and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. This time, I'm not even gonna bother.
Where Susan was just like, nah, I'm not even hitting her up.
I'm not even gonna hit her up.
And I was like, damn,
I'm not. I'm like, because at the end of the day, last time I knew I was wrong with my decisions of the guy and the friend and stuff like that. So I knew I was wrong. So I was trying to make it up to you. Right. And you were just like, nah.
But this time, nah. I'm not going to say I was completely wrong, but the majority of it was on me.
So then this time I'm like, no. Like, I really felt like if I genuinely did something wrong, I'm going to come out and I'm be like, yo, I fucked up. I should have never said that. Like, my bad, bro. Like, really. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. But I told him 20 times, I'm like, I'm not going to do it. When she feels like she wants to talk to me, she'll talk to me. But I'm not going to do it.
And I was just there like...
And she did it. And we're good.
I think... Wait, what were we going to say?
I was just there like the whole time back and forth with y'all. Like, y'all... I wasn't like... Like I said, I didn't take no sides. Because I knew y'all were going to talk again.
Yeah.
I already knew this. 100% fact. Yeah. So then when Susan came back, I think... Yeah, Susan told me first. Yeah, you told me first. You came like to work. And it was like, oh, we talked. And I was like...
And I did miss you, bitch. It was like, yo, I was going out. I was getting lit.
Y'all both were just going.
And like, she'll be posting, and I'm like, oh, because she want to be going out.
I was getting lit.
But the thing is that we have mutual friends.
Yes.
So then I'll be like, damn, I couldn't even get invited. And then our mutual friends would try to invite us to the same spot just so we can, like, see each other. But some way, somehow, it never kind of worked. Mm-hmm. But I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And then...
See, they just needed to be like me. Just talk to y'all both and just let the shit happen.
I was gonna live, but it was like I would be out and I'm like, damn, I miss Susan.
No, but what pissed me off though.
Here we go.
And when she was chilling with somebody, and I seen it, right?
I seen it,
all right? So I was like, oh, so now she want to chill with this bitch. Okay.
I'm fucking dead. I hate you.
I was like, all right.
Yo, fucking say her name. No, I'm joking.
No fucking names.
No names. But I was like, oh, so this is the route she's going.
That was not the route. It was not even that serious.
And that was twice.
Damn, she counted both times. Where was she at?
Oh.
No. Twice. I made sure that counted. I'm like, oh, this thing? Oh, and that? Okay.
First of all.
No problem.
That's a whole other conversation. But no, I miss going out with you. Like, you dead ass, like, I don't know. Like, people don't get it, but we get it.
We get it. That's all we need.
We get it. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up soon. There's a few more things. So how do we think that we can have a healthier friendship? Like, what are some things that we can do?
No blocking.
Okay, no blocking.
Less emotions.
Wow. Less emotions? No, that's impossible for me. I'm emotional.
She's emotional. I'm emotional. Not really less emotions, but
keep some of them shits inside.
Better communication.
No.
Calmer on my part. Yes. I need to be calm.
More of what's in your head and how you're feeling.
Yes.
So we can accommodate your feelings, okay? I'm gonna try to accommodate your feelings. Okay?
I love how you and Tony always be like, right, we gotta accommodate Natalie.
You know what's funny? Natalie is not that difficult because when she starts, you know when she's starting to get into like those moods, like emotional moods.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, let me just fall back.
Yeah.
Just you cut communication with her for a little bit. Don't talk to her. She might respond, say some shit. Just ignore it. In a few hours or a couple of days, she's just gonna be back to normal.
Yeah.
It's like the Snickers commercial. Hungry?
It's like, you're not yourself when you don't
just let her let that wave go. And then it's just like, okay. She just come back around.
I don't know if that would work with Susan though. Because if she lets it go, I'm like, oh, so she don't care? So she's validating the fact that she don't care. It's different.
Because she already knows how I am.
Yeah, it's different. But no, in general, I need to put less pressure on people to fulfill me.
Reason why it would work is because when that happens to you, you start to think yourself.
Yeah, like, am I bugging?
Yeah,
am I doing
and
too
then
much?
because when you start going back with her, then now she has something to go. Now, she can keep going. But if she's just on her own thinking, she calms down.
Why didn't she hear me up?
All right.
And relaxes.
All right. Not you trying to school Susan on how to deal with me. Like,
no, but maybe I do need that because.
Well, I'm gonna.
Because sometimes when you might get in your moods, I might not even know if it has to do with me or it could be with somebody else or another person. So I'm like,
true.
I don't really know what route
I could be projecting. There's a lot I need to unpack, honestly, and I'm gonna work on it. This year is the year of me. Like, I'm like really trying to work on me right now. But yeah, better communication early on. Don't let shit build up. No more blocking.
Because even when I was talking to the current person I was with, I never kind of put him first. Because even at times that we will go out, I'll bring him along.
Yeah.
So it was like
That's true.
It was like a stepping stone when it came to that.
Stepping stone to what?
A stepping stone to, like, not being the way I used to be when just like
I see what you mean.
I'll bring him along. Like, let's do this, let's do that, let's go to
I also liked
brunches.
him.
I liked him.
Like, I enjoyed his energy, so I didn't mind. It's nothing against him at all because I enjoyed him as a person.
Mutual.
Yeah.
Thing.
All right. So last thing, what are our friendship goals moving forward? More vacation.
More vacation.
Orlando?
Maybe April. Orlando. It's Orlando, not Miami. You going around telling people I'm going to Miami and I'm going to Orlando. Like,
I'm gonna fucking be there.
First of all, I
will get the fucking room right next to you. This bitch is going to Puerto Rico.
Stop touching the microphone.
Next week. Sorry, don't touch your microphone. This bitch is going to Puerto Rico next week. So why are you mad that I'm going to Orlando? Like,
okay, so this is how it's gonna go down. Technically, this vacation was planned 2 weeks ago when we weren't talking.
Mine was planned when we definitely weren't talking. We were talking 2 weeks ago.
No, it happened basically the week before we started talking.
Okay, fine. So did mine.
So
mine happened a month before.
So we planned this vacation. I'm staying literally at her grandma's house.
But it's fine. You're the one who's upset about...
okay, but I'm not inviting other people.
What is that?
It's just us, okay? And I feel like I should be invited to Orlando, right? To be correct.
But I had already invited... All right. So I won a trip on Groupon. 5 people, with me included, right? So I already told those 5 people. How I look being like, sorry, you can't make it because now me and Susan are friends. So you're like, that don't look right.
Someone got to lose the best friend face-off.
You wouldn't do that either.
Someone got to lose the best friend face-off.
It's not even that serious. Me and you, shortly after, we can go to Cancun. I'm going to budget. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to put that in the budget.
Were these names written down somewhere to the executive producer of your free trip?
Executive producer?
So, because they should be taken out.
Such a bitch. You're going to hell. All
right, fine. But I can still fucking go though. I can still pay for my own shit.
But why do you want to go to Orlando and we can go to Cancun?
Because I want to be with you.
Yo, we played that the most times on this episode than we've ever played it before.
That was a good one though.
Let's wrap this up. That's it. It's already long. A minute, an hour 16. We're done. Any last minute words?
I love you.
I love you too.
10 years, bitch.
10 years. Give us some gunshots. Hello. Gunshots.
10 years.
Cheers. 10 years of friendship.
10 years of friendship.
Cheers.
If you want to call it friendship.